Alright, so what do we have here? It's the Seiko SARG, recently discontinued. This watch is definitely quickly reaching cult status with a lot of people. We have it in for a tour. It's kind of a blending of field watch, aviation watch. It's a little dressy. You could wear it probably with a suit if you weren't like in a Wall Street office or something, I don't know. It's basically a beefed up Zarb case with a field/Flieger dial and sword hand. So the lume is pretty good. Let me give it a quick charge and then shut off our light and see if we can give a good example here. So it compares pretty favorably with Monster Lume. Not quite as legible to me as a Monster, but about the same level of brightness. So it's very good. You certainly wouldn't be hurt as far as field watches is. Let's get some measurements in, because that's one of my main complaints with this watch, and we'll get to in a minute, is 40 and change on the case. 40-ish is the nominal. Lug to lug 47, so that's one of the big ones for me. The thickness is 12.7. That's the other huge one for me. So this watch is 100 meter water resistant, which is perfect. That's what I'd recommend for a field watch. That's pretty much the minimum that I would want to wear day to day. You know, you can do pretty much everything but scuba dive with this watch and you'll be okay. It's not a screw down crown. You can hear the winding when you screw, because this is a 6R15 movement. That's another issue I have with this watch. But a lot of that thickness, 12.7 to me for a 10 ATM case is unacceptable. And a lot of it comes from this insistence on displaying what is an undecorated and unexciting movement. It is cool, it's a novelty when you're new to mechanical watches to see the movement go, but let's be real here. This is literally a basically undecorated Seiko movement. They put some Côte de Genevieve on the rotor, but it's like barely even visible. The rest of the watch is completely undecorated in the movement. So to me, it's not only a waste of money to put the crystal back there, which is a mineral crystal sapphire up front, but it adds thickness to the case that's unnecessary, and I just would be much happier if they shaved the millimeter off and kept the only glass on the front. 6R15s I've had mixed success with in the past. They tend to run really erratic when they're not fully charged, so if you don't wear it regularly you get some funky timekeeping going on. This is basically a 7S 26 movement, 36 movement, whatever. 7S 26 is a day date. I don't know what the date only is for the 7S series. With an upgrade mainspring and hairspring and cool, but it's just a 7S and you're paying a lot more. I think these things are going for an average of around $500 now used on eBay. To me, this is not a $500 movement, and it's not a $500 case. It's not a $500 watch. It's a cool watch. To me, this is probably a $300 watch or so, but that's about it. So I would highly suggest steering clear of this watch unless you are looking for, pardon the phone ring, I can't quite reach it right now. Unless you're looking for a field watch and you want to go Seiko, if you want a field watch and you want to go Seiko, this is perfect for you. But otherwise, I think it's a waste. It's got the Zarb bracelet, which is nice. It's got the upgraded clasp, but the upgraded clasp only has 2 adjustment holes, which means that you have to use half links, which I think this one has some half links on it. But I don't really I like the bracelet, but this package is not really what I'm looking for. If I had it, would I keep it? Probably, if only for an investment piece. This is definitely a solid, to me, investment piece in the short term anyway. People are buying them like crazy, so you could probably flip it for a profit. Not that buying watches to flip is really a good choice. I very rarely make profits on watches, but on wrist, I got about a 6 3/4 inch wrist. It's nice, it works, it's huge to me for a field watch, just enormous dial. By comparison, I'll slide the Zarb back and I'll throw this nice vintage Omega diver on. which the review of which will be coming out shortly. But I mean, just look at how enormous that watch is. This to me is like a nice classic size for my wrist, 36 to 38, maybe 40. Some divers I don't mind because the dial looks smaller if they're bigger. Monster for Existence or SKX. But to me, a field watch should be this size. Because if I'm out in the field, I don't want to be banging my wrist against it. I don't want to have to worry about the size, none of that. So that's about all I got to say for the Zarb, or SARG, excuse me. I hope you like it, and be sure to let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks, bye.